100 underrated hip hop songs. And from my book that I did a decade ago, still relevant to this day, we're going to look into Campolo, Luciani, Luchini, aka This Is What. Yep, big time record. Has success, but I think it's very underrated. We talk about what they did with this song. Very different from the Uptown Saturday Night album. 97, Uptown Saturday Night. 97 came out. Next year it'll be 30 years old. Campolo. Group that should have did more things than it really did at the time. At this record came out in 97. They had that kind of no success, seemed like. So let's get into it, man. Why it's so underrated? Keep it moving. Let's get into it. This record was the lead single from the Uptown Saturday Night album, which was produced by Ski. I think Ski or Sky, but this record was the biggest from Camp Low, peaking at number 50 on the Hot Billboard Hot 100 chart, but number 5 on the rap singles chart. Now again, it had success, but I still think overall it's an underrated song historically in hip hop annals. You know, when we talk about the greatest songs of all time, they're gonna talk about Campolo, Luchini, aka This Is It What. I don't think they will. So I think that's why I put it on the list as an underrated song. They were different. They would, bring that throwback 70s style to the table, And their style was they were different. They sounded different. They didn't sound like nobody else at that time. Campolo. So I had to put them on that list. I think they deserve to be on this list. So that's why when I wrote the book, I just felt that that song definitely fit perfectly as an underrated song, despite it being at number 5 on the charts. I think it's still an underrated song in hip hop annals. So we're gonna elaborate more on why it's underrated. Okay. Let's get into it even more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get into it even more why this is underrated. Okay. It's underrated because it bypassed mainstream radio saturation, features a distinct 1970s black exploitation aesthetic, and idiosyncratic slang code. While it is a beloved cult classic among purists, the Bronx duo never achieved a massive success on the pop chart, the majority of their mid-90s peers. So, Sonny Chiba, Gucci Suede, they had that 1970s soul culture. It was inspired by the crime caper films, the dance and the soul culture. Rather than playing tough street thugs or hardcore mobsters, they leaned into the fly hustler charisma, vivid imagery that they had. And this sample from Dynasty's Adventures in Atlanta Music, represented that. And also released during the era when mainstream hip hop shifted toward a glossier, harder edge, a sonic shiny suit, commercial sound, and Camp Lowe's timeless vintage soul vibe that sat in the lane entirely of its own. So that's why I had it as an underrated song of all time. So that's it, man. This is what, number 91? No, number 90, man. Number 90. So that's it. So we're going to go into the 80s, late 80s into the early 80s. We continue on the countdown of the top 100 underrated hip hop songs. A book that I did a decade ago, a long time ago. Here it is. Copy. Boom. Appreciate you. Those are going to be tuning in later. Can't find it, you'll find it later when you get a chance. So until then, talk to you soon.